Good morning. This is Sri here again with the week 13 of the NFL preview. So, we already know that one Thursday night match has already taken place with the Cowboys winning at home against the Seahawks. The interesting thing was that none of the both the teams didn't even punt, I believe, and then Dak had a good game. They had about three touchdowns for Dak. Gino played pretty decent, threw for over 300 yards, but had an interception. But Dallas was definitely the better team. The Seahawks, a little bit down right now. They are um, right now in the division, their own division. They are behind the 49ers. Um, 49ers are 8-3. Seahawks are 6-6. And Dallas continues to impress. They're 9-3, 10-1. The Eagles. The best the Cowboys can get is the fifth seed. That's what they're trending for. So as for the rest of the games today, let's start off with the Colts going to the Titans. The Colts are without Jonathan Taylor, and the Titans are coming up with a win for last week. I believe the Titans will win this one against the Colts in a division matchup. Then we got the Falcons traveling to the Jets. The Jets still having Tim Boyle as their starting quarterback. The Falcons have been pretty good, and they're still in the hunt for the division. So I do think that, but again, this is like a rainy game. Falcons are an indoor team. I do think that the Jets may somehow come up with a 6-3 victory or something like that. And then we got the Lions going on to the Saints. This is an interesting game for the Lions, coming off a huge loss against the Packers at home. They have to go to the Saints. The Saints actually coming off with a loss as themselves. They're 5-6. Falcons are 5-6, so they have to keep um, in toe to toe with the Falcons. But the Lions, I do feel that the Lions, they're a dome team. On the road, they have played well. They could come up with a victory here. Then we got a huge matchup for Broncos going all the way to the Texans. Both the teams have impressed me in the sense that the Broncos started pretty slow, but I think they're on a big winning streak. And they're going to play the Texans, who played very well against the Jaguars last week, came very close. They gave a good fighting chance at the end. And CJ Stroud has been the story of the season. The Broncos are playing pretty well, but I believe that the Texans are going to win this one at home against the Broncos. The Broncos, the winning streak comes to an end. Then we got the Chargers traveling all the way to the Patriots. The weather in the Northeast is pretty bad, so the Patriots somehow get the Chargers number. Bailey Zappi is now the quarterback for the Patriots, and Justin Herbert has always struggled against the Patriots defense. So I believe that I'm calling for an upset here with the Patriots. Even though they're 2-9, they could come up with a victory over the Chargers. Then we got the Cardinals going to the Steelers. The Steelers are actually surprisingly very good this year, and I believe the Cardinals, it's just game number 3 for Kyler Murray after his injury. I believe going on the road to the Steelers, very tough environment, the Steelers will come up with that victory and win a huge game for their team. And then we got the Dolphins going to the Commanders. The Dolphins have not been the offensive juggernaut that they once were, but they're still winning close ball games. And going to the Commanders, I think this should be an easy victory for the Dolphins. Maybe earlier, very much closer in the first half, but I think in the second half, the Dolphins will pull away. Then we got the Panthers going on to the Buccaneers. Again, the Buccaneers are still in the hunt for the division in the very weak NFC division there, South Division. But the Panthers, they are, I don't know, between them and the Patriots, they could claim a stake for who the worst team. Panthers are always in every game, but somehow they end up losing. But and they just fired their head coach Frank Reich. So I do think that they're pretty much right now wrapped up their season. So I think the Buccaneers should come up with a victory at home. Then we got one of the best matchups of this. It could be a potential NFC matchup. 49ers Eagles. Last year, the Eagles knocked out the 49ers. Brock Purdy got hurt in the first quarter, and then they never recovered. Um, the Eagles are playing as best as any team should be. They've already beaten the Chiefs on the road, then the Bills at home. Close game, two excellent games that came down. They could have easily lost both the games, but here they are with 10-1. And the 49ers are again back on the winning streak. They're 8-3. Huge game for them. They're still a few games away from getting the home field. But I do feel that the 49ers come to the Eagles and get a big victory. They have all their offensive weapons. Their defense is pretty decent. I mean, but it'll be a very close game, and look for another, last-minute drive. Then we got the Browns going on to the Rams. The Browns actually just elevated Joe Flacco to be their quarterback. Dorian Thompson suffering a concussion. Going to the Rams on the road. The Browns defense is very good. It's going to keep them in the game. And I'm actually calling for the Browns to beat the Rams on the road in the SoFi Stadium. Then we got the Chiefs heading to the Packers. The Chiefs, somehow their defense keeps them in the game, and Mahomes just finds a way to win the games. I do feel that the Packers, even though they have won against the Detroit Lions in Thanksgiving, they may come down to earth with the Chiefs coming in winning that game. Then we got Bengals at Jaguars tomorrow, Monday night. I think the Bengals, after the injury to Joe Burrow, they're definitely on the downslide. I don't think they make the playoffs. The Jaguars are leading their division, and they should easily come up with a victory. So with that, we have some important wins going on, important wins for some good teams here. Calling the 49ers to beat the Eagles on the road. And then we also have the Texans beating the Broncos, two of the good marquee games. So with that, we wrap up week number 13 of the NFL. And this is when the playoff push comes to mind. We will discuss some of the potential playoff aspirants and potential playoff locks in the next week's podcast. Thank you always for listening, and have a good rest of the day.